try to be ready.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay. So, where we last left off, there was some stuff that happened, and you did some things, and then now you're done, and the campaign's over. You guys have a great night. Thanks for coming to D&D.
Oh.
Um,
Bitch, you think you're getting away with not playing D&D with me this weekend? You fucking asshole.
you
I'm gonna sit there and DM.
Wow.
supposed to take charge elsewhere, not here. What in the world's going on? Anyway, so where we left, you guys had handled Haruka. You had found the tomb of Brecht and uncovered the secrets of Kanzadash, the legendary weapon, the haft of which had been in your possession for quite some time at this point. After kind of reuniting the haft and the blade with its runestone, the blade finally snapped together, and Kanzadash is now in your possession completely. Amalia, I believe you've attuned to it at this point and discovered its properties. You also got several things off of Haruka, what corpse she left behind. You have a College of Ashara membership token. You have Haruka's ring and the rest of her possessions, which included a number of things, a wide number of things. And you proceeded back through the kind of Cassius's arcane area, this null camp, and found yourself coming face to face with the man named Caius, the leader of the Gnolls here. Caius seems kind of like a tough guy, but you guys pushed him around just, and
That's an understatement.
with some successful intimidation checks and some kind of threats.
Like walked into his camp and we're like, "Hey, there's only 3 of us and there's like 800 of you, but we can take you all." And he was like, "All right, I believe you."
He's like, that sounds truthful to me. I gotta go. Camp's yours now. You have a good luck when you see here. All right. So Caius kind of got pushed around a little bit by you guys. You extracted some information from him before proceeding on your way towards the illithid's chambers. Now, you know that the illithid chambers are far across the teeth. The teeth is this kind of giant rectangle containing a forest, a snowy forest, which is why it's called the teeth. The trees point up. And you've kind of gone across one half of the teeth already. You've managed to go from the kind of center of the teeth. You found the lake that is close to the center of the entire area, and then proceeded outwards, kind of. Oh yeah. Proceeded outwards and found the hobgoblin encampment, and you found the Gnoll encampment. This is all along one half of the teeth. There is a whole other half, and you quickly realize this as you descend, or I guess ascend, out of the Gnoll encampment and into the snowy, frigid air of the teeth itself. You begin crossing snow, and you cross for yes.
As a reminder, were we going to go talk to the ice elementals after?
We're on a time limit. We have 24 hours before he warns.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I remember.
Yeah.
So I remember we had talked about it. I just didn't remember when we were doing it. I forgot the time limit. Yep. All right.
Okay. So, proceeding forward through the snow, you begin to march, and you march, and you march in 3 hours, and 4 hours, 5. This particular wall that you are now walking alongside on the teeth is actually quite wide compared to the wall that you've been walking across. And you kind of realize you're going across the other side of the rectangle here. This will take you a bit of time to complete the trek. I will say from here, you guys are probably going to have to rest at some point, unless you want to push on without gaining a stack of or to gain a stack of exhaustion, you can push the knight. But that is up to you.
Don't think that's wise.
It's about probably 6 hours into this march. You guys have covered over half the teeth so far, but you probably have at least another 4, 5, 6 hours ahead of you maximum. Before you notice, if it's on the other side of the teeth in this corner, it's going to take us well into the night to do this. Do you guys want to bed down, or do you want to just press forward?
Yeah, no, resting sounds good.
Yeah, it's not wise of us to go on there weak.
Why are you two so quiet?
So you're betting? I have no idea.
Yeah, I turned.
Here, let me.
I have them both up at 200%.
Oh, I'm trying not to be too loud to activate.
Here's that better?
Your mic.
That is significantly better.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Zhao does speak up, says, do we want the rest, or are we pressing forward?
What did you say?
I'd vote rest. It wouldn't be wise to be weak going in there.
I would vote resting as well.
Yeah, I'd vote that as well.
Okay, you guys are gonna rest. All right. So looking around, trying to find kind of a decent location to rest here. You're kind of at the edge of.
Isn't the snow really deep?
We have tiny hut.
It is fairly deep, yeah.
We also have tiny hut, yeah. So we could just like dig into the snow and put tiny hut
under the snow.
Yeah, make an igloo.
You could do that. Yeah. Is that the plan?
What about snow?
Digging, and then putting tiny hut underneath it, and then covering us up.
Does it work that way?
Technically.
We need a hole to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough to breathe. And no creature can come into the bubble unless you want them to. So...
Snow's not really a creature. But I'm still okay with this.
We can pack it.
You're asking a Canadian if she wants to make an igloo. The answer is yes.
Hell yes, let's do it.
God. Dear Lord, who art in heaven. Okay, so you begin digging. Zhao kind of quickly begins digging in the snow, and you guys help him out a little bit. Probably about 20 minutes pass by before you have like a hole big enough to actually put tiny hut in, because keep in mind it's pretty large overall. But you do manage to get kind of the tiny hut set down in the ground, like where you walk down, and eventually hit dirt, and you realize pretty quickly that you're going to have about half of your tiny hut still exposed to the air. So the snow's about 6 feet deep here.
I think we can change the exterior, right?
You
like
can.
What it looks like? Yeah, so
you
we can
can
just make it approximately the same color as the snow.
Could do that.
Pathfinder, I believe, this would give us a plus 30 to our stealth check.
That's Pathfinder. This is not Pathfinder.
This is why we have Pathfinder games. I'd like to attack 17 times, and then I would like to go ahead and trade in one of my green lands, and then I'm going to also attack 17 more times, trading in Dark Magician Girl and attacking her 17 times.
Listen, we're not going to talk about Rogue and the fact that Rogue can attack like 9 times in a turn and get sneak attack on every single one of those attacks. It's so stupid.
Anyways.
This is why it's not Pathfinder.
Pathfinder is the Dota to Dungeons & Dragons League of Legends.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why on earth would you try to balance everything broken? Anyway.
Yeah, it feels really good when you're on the, dishing out end, and then, a barbarian walks up to you and is like, yo, I just attacked you. It's like, all right, cool. How much damage did you do? All right, well, I did 2d8 plus 75. And you're like,
You're like, wait, what?
It's fucking awful because it's true.
You don't even need the dice at that point. This was like, yeah, I hit you for like 83 damage. This is like,
Yeah. All right, roll damage. I don't think I will actually. Just take the flat.
Yeah. I'll just take minimum. It's fine.
God. So yeah, you spend some time getting the tiny hut kind of buried up and stuff. You still have quite a bit of it exposed to air, so it's obviously not like completely under the ground or anything, but you do manage to kind of bury it and make it white and opaque, and so it blends in with the snow quite well. And with a few tricks, it kind of has a similar vibe to like a big snow dune, more or less.
As a note, you changes her form to their human male.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're just like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm me now. Looks a little bit like a cross between Freddie Mercury and Gerard Way. So over the course of this rest, you hear some commotion outside at one point, and kind of poking your head out to investigate. You don't see anything. It sounds like rustling. Like dragging, something heavy being dragged across the snow.
Can I cast invisibility and peek out a little further?
Sure, go ahead. You cast invisibility. You take a step kind of out of the tiny hut. Make me a perception check.
With advantage, because Shadow would
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I hope it's a nice
16.
elemental.
16. Looking around, you don't see anything necessarily, but you do note that the sound that you're hearing is coming from the forest. You guys are probably about 20 feet outside the forest, and you can tell it's coming from within the forest itself, probably a good 30 to 40 feet away from you.
Fudge it, we're taking a long rest anyway. I'll cast the invisibility.
Okay. Kind of poking your head. You have to stay in the hut, so you can't like walk outside of it.
Yeah.
Kind of poking your head outside the hut, though. Make me a perception check.
Alright, I'm bad at these. 17.
Yeah. You don't actually see anything. The trees are probably too dense for you to see through the kind of tree line here. You're not sure what's making that noise. Ooh.
Are you having gas pains now?
Yeah, I am.
You should probably
Very
go out.
unpleasant experience.
Go take some of that medicine I took.
Does it sound like something we fought before here?
No, not really. This sounds rhythmic, and after listening for a few more moments, you do hear what sounds almost like maybe a person's voice. You can't hear what they say, but you hear something.
I can go check it out.
Well, before that, is it a language I can recognize?
You're fairly certain you catch bits of common in there, but they're so far away, like actually deciphering what they're saying is difficult.
Fair. I mean, the speaking might as well. To at least go figure out what it is.
Okay. If I could cast invisibility on you, I would.
as a note, just because you're invisible doesn't mean you don't leave footprints.
Do you not understand how acrobatic and sneaky I am?
I don't think you understand. You have to touch the ground.
Don't worry, I have an idea.
Is it fly? Because that's kind of what I'm trying to hint at.
No. Wall of ice.
What the fuck?
You don't leave footprints in ice.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
that is a finite range.
what if you just surround these people with a wall of ice? Like, it doesn't matter if you leave footprints if they already know where you are and they're terrified.
So I have
Yes,
a
I'm
question.
gonna cast fly.
Do I leave footprints if I have a ring of water walking?
That's weird.
It's technically water, but it's in a solid form.
Do you leave footprints on water with a ring of water walking?
No.
You don't disrupt the water at all, really?
There might be small ripples, but I don't.
I hear the typing.
I don't know this question. I need to ask.
I mean, we're taking a long rest. I'm okay with casting fly. This is the thing we can do.
Well, if the DM rules otherwise, we can cast fly. I love the noise you're making.
I just imagine like reading through this makes absolutely no sense, but I can't let them know that.
That's annoyingly accurate. Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess it depends on how technical you want to get.
Technically speaking, because of the viscosity of things like mud and snow, you do leave footprints in them if you walk over them. So yes.
Okay. Just asking for future reference.
Yep, you definitely
not
leave
water.
footprints, but not water. You do disturb the water, but water is anti-viscous, so it's very
so
not
it
viscous, so it reforms. Yes.
Yeah, but there you'd still leave someone would still see ripples coming across the water.
Correct.
Okay.
In 3.5, that's not how it worked. In 3.5, you actually slightly floated over the water, and so you didn't disturb it at all. In 5e, it works how you're actually standing on the fucking water.
Which is water walking,
Exactly.
not water hovering.
Exactly. We're the fucking little weird frilled lizards, not Jesus.
All right, so fly it is.
Then I cast fly.
Okay.
Also as a note,
Does it? It sprouts wings, doesn't it? Oh
Yeah.
no, you just gain a flying speed.
You can flavor it as you sprout wings.
Everybody just gets phoenix wings then.
Excellent. Okay. Everybody gets phoenix wings. How many people can you cast it on?
I have 4th levels, or do I have 5?
Oh, you guys are level 10, so you have 5th level spells, yeah.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th or higher, you can target 1 additional creature. So
2 additional creatures, so that's a total of 3. Who are you casting it on?
Probably just Eve. I think she's the only one that can go invisible.
Actually, I can, and I have an idea.
Alright, then I guess I'm also putting it on Rel and putting it on myself because I want Phoenix Wings for a bit.
I'm going to just roll through this now.
I'm also going to cast invisibility on myself. All right. to make sure that we're really not seen, I'm gonna... Oh, wait. Oh, God. I
Honey,
pressed the wrong button.
are you trying to tell a rogue how to hide?
No, I'm trying to make sure that the snow doesn't hit your invisible form and give you away.
Oh, okay.
So I have Storm Guide.
Yes.
I gain the ability to like
Stop precipitation within like 20 feet of yourself.
yeah, and I can use a bonus action each round to choose the direction the wind blows.
Yeah.
So how would it be possible to prevent the snow, like, from like creating like a very small bubble, if like even I were to like hug and fly, create like a small bubble so that the snow doesn't hit us and accumulate on us?
With your storm sorcerer powers, I'd say yeah, probably. Should be fine.
Cool. Gonna do that.
So flying over, like Zhao is trailing behind, but is being left behind rather rapidly. But the rest of you three, kind of.
Why is Zhao coming with us? What?
Was Zhao not coming with you to begin with?
No, we were
I
just
thought they
gonna
were just scouting quickly with.
Oh,
invisibility.
I thought Amalia was coming with you too. Okay.
No,
I
Okay.
just
Amalia
put
needs
wings
to
on
stay in
myself
that
because I
tiny hut.
could.
Gotcha. That's fair. No, that's fair. So Amalia and Zhao staying back at the camp. The tiny hut does disappear.
Wait, it would?
Yeah.
Why
I
would
thought only if I left it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't leave it.
Oh wait,
She's
that's
the one
right.
that cast it.
Campaigns reversed. I'm over here having like Lily's usually the one casting like fucking Temple of the Gods and shit. All right. So yeah, Amalia stays in the tiny hut, and Rel and you exit it. Begin heading towards the sound, which has continued. It's slowed down a little bit. It's and as you get closer and closer to it, Rel, you start kind of manipulating the snow to form like not quite a bubble around you, but to not accumulate on you and not really hit your form. Trying to make it like look convincing, like it's just the wind making the snow move weirdly. You quickly, because fly makes you super fast, you quickly close in on this sound, kind of go zooming through the treetops really quickly. You do see a few pixies kind of far off to the side, and they seem to be observing whatever it is that's in the forest. And getting closer, you hear a number of voices and also footsteps. It starts to become very apparent to you that there's quite a few people here, actually. Footsteps crunching on the ground. You hear a deep, gruff voice, and this pulling noise that you've heard, it just gets louder and louder and louder the closer you get. The gruff voice kind of barks out orders a few times. Pull the ropes a little tighter. No, not that. Whoa, God, you idiots. Pull them this way. And I need you both to make me a stealth check. Go ahead and do it with advantage.
26.
Oh. 15. Okay. Disadvantage. Oh, okay. I'm not even going to bother rolling. Yeah. You're very obviously, they have no idea you're here. As you kind of float out of the trees now and into this kind of like wider clearing area just past the forest tree line. You see a number of people. There's probably 13 or 14 individuals here, and they are dragging a large cart through the snow. The cart has broken wheels, you notice right away. And it looks like it was supposed to be able to be fitted for like snow travel at one point, but it's just busted to shambles. And so they're just dragging this heavy cart, 3 or 4 of them at the same time, with these short ropes through the snow, leaving this huge line behind them. All of the individuals are wearing somewhat familiar garbs. Curiously, you notice the white and black uniforms of Vigil soldiers. There are 13 of them in total. However, one of them at the head is very clearly not wearing a Vigil uniform. Instead, you recognize the uniform that this man is wearing. Oh, well, the crest on his chest at the bare minimum. He is wearing the colors of the Bright Pact Knights, which is a mercenary organization that has a few members down here with you. These are probably people from camp.
Oh.
Press X to doubt.
Roll an insight check.
I will.
Roll an insight check on the clothes.
23.
23. Number one, they may be Vigil soldiers, but they carry themselves in a very different weight from Vigil soldiers, a very different manner. Vigil soldiers are very disciplined and well-behaved. These are not. Now, that's not to say they aren't Vigil soldiers. Vigil soldiers have been known to act up a little bit here and there. However, these, if they are, may be deserters or perhaps imposters. Hard to tell.
How
The
warm
man
do
at the
their clothes look?
What do you mean?
Like, how warm do the clothes that they're wearing look?
Oh, how worn.
Warm. No, warm. As in, like...
Oh, warm. Fairly warm. They are dressed for a cold environment.
Ah, okay.
And you can also see that the cart that they have has these little like rails on the side of it that looks like they're meant to lower down and attach to the wheels if it wasn't busted to hell. So they came prepared to travel through snow.
Second question.
Yes.
Are there signs of battle on their clothes?
Sort of. One of them looks pretty roughed up. He's got a black eye, and it looks like not necessarily his clothes, but he's got scratches and cuts and stuff all over him. It looks like he's been in a fight recently, and probably a pretty bad one.
But his clothes don't match it.
No. His clothes look mostly fine.
All right.
They're a little rugged, but I mean, nothing like these scratches and cuts would indicate.
Which direction are they headed to?
They are headed, you guys were headed from the eastern part of the Teeth to the west. They are headed the opposite direction. They are headed from the west to the east.
So are they headed to the hobgoblins?
They would be headed, if they kept in a straight line right now, they would arrive at the entrance to the Null camp rather quickly. Well, not rather quickly, within 6 or 7 hours.
They going to the Null camp?
And the cart that they're hauling, by the way, is covered up with this large tarp. You don't know what's in it. There's obviously a lot of things in there. It's very heavy. It's driving this deep rift through the snow.
How secure is the tarp?
Not very. It's held on by a few ropes, but like the edges of the tarp aren't very well held on, and just kind of looking at it, you can see the glint of metal underneath. As like one of the flaps kind of comes up. There is a small wind. It's not a hard wind here. You're not in a blizzard, but it is definitely kind of, getting there.
I would like to control the wind and cause it. So it's not very hard, right?
Yeah.
I would like to redirection the wind to blow up under the tarp so we can get a better look.
Okay. Let's see. Just for my sake here, roll me an intelligence check. That's your spellcasting modifier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just roll me an intelligence check.
21.
21, yeah. You managed to control the wind just right. There's a section of the tarp that's loose enough for you to blow quite a bit up under, and you blow a lot of wind under. The actual cart comes up kind of off the ground almost, just from the fact that the tarp from this angle is acting like a sail. But you do actually manage to catch a glimpse of what's underneath. This looks like rations, battle gear, like armor and such, and weapons.
Do we recognize the make/model?
Yeah, you kind of what these are. These look like they belong to the Vigil. Like the weapons in that, no doubt about it. Those are Numidium weapons. They are that solid black color that has that kind of almost damask sheen to it.
I'm gonna whisper to you. I think these are traitors.
You think they betrayed everybody? Because they're headed to the Knoll camp instead of the hobgoblins.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not good. What do you advise? We can go back to Zhao, talk to Bryce. I think he's still got his spell slots. Strength.
Let me see. I don't think he spent much. No,
I don't think he did either.
Yeah.
And then we can deal with the problem if they are traitors.
Well, if they are traitors, I don't want to lose them.
It's kind of hard to lose them whenever they're making this much racket.
Fair.
I will also note something you do observe is they're making abysmally slow progress. They've probably only moved like 30 feet in the time that it's taken you to observe all this and watch this.
We can get back to them in no time flying.
Alright, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Gonna head back to Zhao.
Okay. Kind of fly back to Zhao, Amalia, and Zhao waiting for you in the tiny hut.
Yeah, so the people dressed in vigil garb.
They're headed towards the Knoll camp.
Yep. So,
What the fuck?
I think
Yes.
the traders. One of them, very, very suspiciously, one of them looked really beat up, but his clothes did not match the level of abuse that his physical body received.
Well, armor can be changed and repaired. But
Probable, or they intercepted
intercepted one of ours that we were sending to the
yes.
hobgoblins.
and killed them.
Holy shit, so you think they're like deserters?
Possibly, or spies. Somebody tipped off the gnolls that, of plans between our camp and the hobgoblins.
Possible
Or
random.
it could just be it was an attack of opportunity.
What the fuck?
Contact Bryce and see what kind of information that he was going to send down here. If any aid at all.
Okay, so I need to contact Bryce.
Or Poe. Poe would
Okay.
know.
What am I saying?
Did you send men and weapons / armor?
And how many? How many soldiers?
Oh, that too. Okay, did you send men, weapons, armor down to the teeth? If so, how many? Of each.
Yeah, that'll fit. Okay, so he, okay, sure. Alright, and he traces the sigil for sending and begins speaking. Hey, did you send men, weapons, and stuff to the teeth? And if so, how many? And he waits for a minute. Bryce answers after a few moments. Zhao kind of looks back at. He says he only sent 2. He sent 2 guys, no weapons.
Fuck.
So then they definitely have to be
Traitors.
spies or traitors, yeah.
Well, shit. What do we do?
We should probably stop them.
Is it killing time?
Yes.
Just like kind of stand up after sitting down all this time. Does this mean I get to kill people?
Yes.
Is there more murder?
Look, there's not a lot of things to enjoy when you're down here anymore, okay?
It's true.
We should be careful not to alert the wildlife. This is exactly what they are doing right now. There's no telling what else is in this forest. And the guy that's in charge looks pretty, strong. So, I think you're gonna enjoy beating up on him. Hey Zhao, do you want to be tiny?
Not particularly. Why? What? Hello?
Pretty sure you can break a potion, right? You know,
I can break a What do you mean?
I have a potion that makes things smaller. You don't have fly, and we need to get to them as soon as possible.
So you're going to make me very tiny and carry me on your back?
Sure, or you can fly on
Great. I mean,
the end.
Or we can just like then what we could do is we can yeet him.
Yes.
what does that mean? That word?
Just throw
I'm
you.
sorry. I speak Mevanian first and Astorian second. What the fuck is a yeet?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like
He met the enemies and he grows bigger.
I'm sorry. It's street slang for like throwing
someone.
really hard.
Oh. Okay. So you're gonna just okay. Oh, and then I get bigger and okay.
Yeah.
So you're making me into a crossbow.
I could shoot you out of a crossbow if you want.
Please
I mean,
don't.
we could.
Shoot
We,
out of a crossbow.
Well, no, we couldn't shoot him out of a crossbow. He's not long enough. He'd be too small. It'd be more like a sling.
What the fuck? Okay. No, yeah, sure, whatever it takes. I'm here for the team. Haha.
I was kidding. I don't. That would probably hurt you a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I was very concerned. But I'm glad you were joking. So I guess are we making this call to go kill a bunch of people? Like,
I mean,
Or
I
at
was
least-
thinking we could like catch him in the act and talk to them, but there's a fucking she over here wants to kill him, so let's kill some people.
Let's confront them first, like normal, civilized human beings.
I don't know. You were the first one to jump to murder.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
You-
about it.
You as this back and forth is going back and forth, she transforms back, just in case. They actually are from the camp.
transforms back to what?
My woman form.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, gotcha.
Sorry, I don't particularly want anybody from camp form.
Just tell them you're a. Oh, what are those called?
Changelings?
Yeah.
I could.
Changelings exist.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, they do.
I was expecting a no, and then just like, I mean, I just made the word up. Honestly, I don't know what a changeling is. It's just a change,
There's
right? Like,
certain creatures that can change forms.
Changelings exist in Aram. They are somewhere in section 3-32,
Check my notes.
paragraph 14. God, I'm talking nauseous. I don't like being nauseous, guys.
Yeah. Why don't you go take some of that medicine? I
I've
can...
already taken some medicine for stuff.
Okay.
Just loading this spreadsheet right now.
Dragon Ant-Man.
Dragon
God.
Ant-Man.
I just read what was in chat.
Wait,
Good
so here's a question. How big was
Yeah.
that big guy?
Like the leader?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he's a human, but he's from the Bright Pact Knights, which is just like a mercenary organization.
So like he wasn't like abnormally tall or.
Oh no! He wasn't like super impressive or anything. He was just yeah.
So how small would this make Shao?
What are you casting on him?
If we cast what, enlarge reduce? Right.
I think reduce only makes you down to like one size.
Which would be tiny or small.
No, it'd be small. He'd be a little bit smaller than like a halfling.
But
Be like 3 feet
carryable.
tall.
So how wide?
Well, Zhao is like about 6 feet tall. Well, he's a little taller than that, and so I'd shrink him by half. And then Zhao is about like probably 4.5 feet wide because he's pretty broad-shouldered. So like, I don't know, just over 2 feet wide.
Are you trying to shove him in a bag of holding?
What?
Basically
No.
as big as a minion.
I was not trying to reenact that theory of Ant-Man and Thanos.
No. Fucking what? It's just like, I'm going to go off into the quantum realm and live forever.
I meant the Ant-Man climbed into Thanos'
Oh,
butthole
yeah.
and he grew all big and bam, it was over. Never heard that theory?
I have. Let's just not.
It's not how it works, unfortunately.
That sounds like a very Oz thing to do.
Pretty sure he's tried it.
Should we ask Bryce, did he send Vigil or the Black Pack Knights?
I think we've already determined that these aren't the people he sent. Because he said he only sent 2.
How many people are there in Vigil clothing?
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this is them.
No, I don't think it is either.
They might be in there.
But how do they get weapons? They didn't. It would mean somebody's in contact with the nobles at camp.
Actually, it would have Zhao ask Bryce if he's missing a shipment of weapons and armor.
Okay. Is that the only thing going into that sending?
And 12 men.
Yeah, and 12 men.
Okay. Alright. Zhao traces the sigil, sends the sending. Hey, so like, are you missing a whole bunch of weapons and armor and like, 12 men, maybe 10, maybe 13? Okay, thanks. After a few moments, Zhao goes, oh no, okay. Bryce says he has no knowledge of any like missing shipments or men or anything like that.
Okay.
He also wants to know why we're asking.
Tell him it doesn't matter anymore.
It's not going to matter. We're going to handle it.
Just tell him it doesn't matter anymore. We're handling it.
Right. I mean, okay.
Tell him. Found a squad of your men led by what was it?
Bright Pact.
Yeah.
Bright Pact.
Right back. Sorry.
Led by a Bright Pact. I can't think of the word.
A knight.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, a Bright Pact knight. With a very large shipment of weapons and armor.
Headed to the Knoll camp.
I don't think that'll fit.
What?
Founds 12 of
Everything
your
that
men. Go ahead.
Everything that we've told you about, we found, and they're headed toward the node camp.
With
We
the
didn't tell him
blight,
about the Bright Pack, though.
yeah, the blight pack tonight.
That's fair. Yeah. Fuck.
Found a bunch of vigil dudes and a bright packed knights going
Led by. That's important.
leading them going to Knoll encampment. We just left. That's okay. That's it.
You're very informal for a soldier.
Yeah, I don't. It's because I don't like Bryce.
Oh,
I don't blame you there.
please tell me that I sent in the setting by accident.
What?
No, you already did 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be funny if that did.
Just like a call that you forget to hang up, and you're like, I don't fucking like him.
God, I hate talking to them. Fuck. Gee. Oh God. What a chore. What an asshole. What a loon. And Bryce is like, I'm on the phone, you know.
I'm still here.
Shit.
You forgot to hang up.
He waits for a second. I don't know, guys. He's not answering. Waits for a few more seconds.
He's probably very pissed.
Says, oh shit. Says, exterminate them. Do not listen to anything they say. They are traitors.
You heard him. He said to exterminate them.
Let's hear their side, but
He
I
said
was-
don't listen. He
I-
said,
But
don't
what if
listen.
Bryce isn't to be trusted?
exactly.
Wait, are we not
I-
trusting Bryce?
Did you not just say you don't like Bryce?
Oh no, I don't like Bryce, but I thought we were on board with him. I can hate somebody and still work with
I
him.
mean, potentially, like, we still need to figure out who the mole is.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
true.
fair. It might be Bryce.
He might just be saying to exterminate them to cover his ass.
I mean, we know it's Hyon, right? Like, it's got to be.
You talked to Hyon.
Yeah? Yeah?
I mean, as much as I don't like Hyon, like, if we just go around, you know,
Pointing the blame.
offing, yeah, they're kind of playing into the mole's hands.
Yeah, but like,
But
I
if we
don't-
kill,
I know she's a raging bitch, and the world would
If
probably be better off
we-
without her.
if we kill everybody, then eventually it will be the mole.
I'm kind of down with that, except we have to spare Akira. I like Akira.
But what if Akira's the mole?
Yeah, he did bring the flower in the special room.
Oh, I don't want to think about this.
Yeah, she did.
Alright, let's just. They're all moles. It's all
Oh.
of them.
Are we going to go kill some vigils?
Apparently we're gonna go confront some vigils and
So,
then
like,
potentially exterminate them.
Okay, so like stage 1 of battle strategy is know your enemy, and if these guys are vigil, and I didn't see them, so I can't tell you if they are or not. But if they are vigil, and they fight like vigil, we are all of the spellcasting variety.
We are.
They were very informal for vigil members.
Okay,
Vigil is known to have rebellion, or rebellion bunch, every now and then.
I mean, any organization does.
We'll know when we find out.
They just didn't come off as highly trained individuals.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
I mean, I don't think we come off as highly trained individuals, and look at how far we've gotten.
This is true.
That plays to our advantage.
These
They pick more than they
guys
can
are
choose.
bad, and then we fight them, and they're like, I don't understand how it's working.
What is going on?
Well, what are the probability that you? What's the probability that you would recognize them? Shop.
I mean, me? I don't know. I'm not part of the vigil. I'm here with the Historian Explorers Guild.
I thought Shaw was part of the vigil.
Oh, Zhao was from the Astorian Explorers Guild. Zhao was part of the
think he was-
AEG. He served under the Vigil during guard duty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guardian
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed Bryce's permission because he was serving as a
As a
Gotcha.
guard. Yeah, yeah.
guard.
And
Okay.
Bryce was kind of in charge of like the guards for the camp.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Oh, all right, never mind then.
Everybody make sure you've got your listening ears on.
What's a listening ear? What the fuck?
It means
You
look for
have different
lies.
sets of ears?
I
You have ears?
In my forms, yes, I have ears, but technically, I hear from everything in my blob.
Well, that's pretty weird. So you're like one big ear.
Yeah, sure.
I think she's one big ball of sense. Like it's
Whoa.
all taste buds, it's all
Ugh.
So like,
Ugh.
do you taste the ground you walk on? That's got to suck.
Not in
Well,
my normal.
she wears shoes, right?
Oh, okay. Well, like if you could taste the things that your skin comes in contact, you would taste your shoes.
It's called prestidigitation,
Ish.
and it doesn't taste any. It tastes
Oh.
like the sweetest thing I love.
Oh, that's why you like sex so much.
Oh no, jeez.
we
Oh
just-
god, no.
No, face palm.
time to go.
Face palm. Okay, Zhao. Anybody got a fly potion for Zhao?
I can try and carry him.
I think all three of us could probably carry him. Oh god, that would look terrifying.
Okay.
Well, two of you are invisible, so if I just carry him from the center and you guys carry him from the outward or from the sides, then it
Oh,
just
right.
looks like one spellcaster is carrying him, and they should be terrified of that.
He's like, maybe I could like, I don't know, like take my shield and my sword and hold them at the weird angle so it looks like weird wings. I don't know.
Wait a minute, Zhao, I have an idea. Okay, so grab onto your shield and hold it into the air.
Okay. You want me to hop on my shield and then hold it in the air?
No, like raise your arms up into the air with the shield in between, like in your hands.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, here. Okay.
I'm gonna pick him up by the shield.
Wait, what?
He holds on to the shield as she picks up the shield.
Oh, I see. Oh god.
Because then I can use my charisma modifier to carry him.
Oh my god.
Would a potion at climbing give him advantage to hold on?
Technically yes, but I will say if you guys are shrinking, are you guys shrinking him or no?
Were we still shrinking him, or were we gonna save that since, you know?
Well,
Yeah,
couldn't you and I help carry him, and then he wouldn't need to like really hold on? Well, it wouldn't need as much effort.
Well, we have
Yeah.
2 potions of climbing in the handy haversack.
I mean, we could also save them.
Up to
I
you.
mean, we can fly.
I just love that. What are you? Oh no.
Oh no.
I
I mean, I might be able to like have him sit on it and carry it that way. I don't know. How big's the shield?
His shield's fairly large. It's like a like 2 foot by, it's like a 2 foot by 3 foot kind of square shield.
It's up to you. Zhao's the one that's life is in danger if he falls out.
Because if he can sit on it comfortably and I can pick it up that way.
What if do we have any rope?
We have lots of rope.
Okay. Can I have like a little rope here?
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Here.
Okay. Just give me a second. Like
does he
bend
start
down.
tying a noose?
No. That's what I would do. Zhao is not me. Zhao he bends down and he starts tying a loop around his shield in a specific manner. And by the time he's done, there are 2 straps on the backside of his shield. He steps onto his shield on the snow and then slips both of his feet into there. He takes another one of the ropes and he kind of splits it. He ties this like weird looking loop at one end, and then he ties 2 shorter loops at the other 2 ends. And then he shows you. You take this part, and I take this part, and you go fast.
Oh, it's a
Did he just
sled.
make a sled?
He made a sled.
All right.
I figured this will be easier than carrying me, and if you need to, you can just slingshot me into the enemy like the other plan, except for this time there's no kind of like strange conservation of momentum or something involved.
I mean,
Alright, I think this will work.
what we could do, is we could have her go around a tree, right? And like,
That sounds excruciatingly painful.
No, guys, I have a really good idea. You should probably get a head start.
and then we have her repeatedly go around the tree, and eventually, like, it'll get taut, and you'll get like some, what the fuck's that called? Centripetal?
Centrifugal?
No, I thought it was centripetal force.
Centripetal force, centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is when you sling something around the center point. Centripetal forces technically doesn't exist.
Okay, centrifugal. Yeah, and we like sling you off, and then you get like this, like really fast.
Guys,
We should get moving.
Okay, let's go.
That way we
thinking
can
about
rest
this.
before our time limit ends.
All right, let us go. Okay, so is this the?
Steed?
Is this the? Oh my god.
Wait, what you
Zhao's. She has Phantom Steed.
Oh.
Oh my god, give the
That's so
gurus.
fucking tired.
Also, the difference between centrifugal and centripetal force. Okay.
I'm so stupid.
So you guys are sleds towards the enemy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so technically both are right.
It's centrifugal if you were like slinging something away. Like a sling, the idea of a sling operates on centrifugal force. Anytime you're slinging something away, that is done with centrifugal force. Anytime you're pulling something towards you, that's centripetal, but only in a circle.
Yeah, but you would use the wrapping around the tree to speed yourself up, because like as it starts to
because it pulls you in, so it actually reduces your actual area that you have to cover, and then because of the potential kinetic energy stored by and then you fly off.
The centripetal force, which would then lead into a greater centrifugal force.
Oh my god.
Affecting your
My brain.
What is the plan on arrival? I just want to know.
So we're both right.
What are you guys planning to do when you arrive?
I'm gonna like get up in a tree. Do they have bows on them?
Yes.
Wait, who's doing the talking? Because,
Oh, right.
I have charisma.
Rel's over here like, oh yeah, we were supposed to talk to them.
talk before kill.
I mean, I just figured we could like kill them and then talk to the dead bodies.
Oh.
But that requires a lot of effort.
So does talking to living people.
But at least they're living.
Out of character. Big mood.
I guess the plan is to talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So You exit the tiny hut and begin your rapid movement towards the previous area where you had seen them. You can kind of guesstimate where they'd be based off of how slowly they were moving and where they were before. So yeah, rapidly sledding Zhao towards this area. You and Rel, you just zoom in. You guys aren't trying to be stealthy, I'm assuming.
I'm still invisible.
Okay, you can roll me
Me
a
and
stealth
Jack
check.
aren't.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Rel would drop concentration on invisibility.
Okay. So
Aw,
you drop
shit.
concentration on invisibility, and you, Amalia, and Zhao are all three visible. However, you is not. Kill me. So,
31. What do you just blip out of existence?
yeah, actually just delete your character sheet at that point.
Your character's so well hidden that you've forgotten even yourself that you exist. Roll another character.
That's called dissociation. It's not a fun thing. So,
Oh.
whenever you do this, Zhao kind of, I don't think Zhao really knew what he was getting into here. And Amalia, you are very fast. And Zhao is traveling via snow.
Hopefully trying to avoid the rocks.
Trying's
And the
really the
trees.
key word here. So I'm gonna need an acrobatics check from Zhao, please.
I would like to argue that I can help him avoid obstacles by by changing the direction of the wind into him to blow him certain directions.
Sure, he can have advantage.
Hey. Oh, I already have Josh sheet open. Look at that. Acrobatics.
Amalia,
Wait, athletics or acrobatics?
acrobatics.
Oh, no.
Amalia, I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Well,
Oh my god.
Oh god!
Hey.
What the fuck?
Huh.
that was a 2.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, Amalia, just roll me a perception check here. Okay, you did all right on the perception check, which means the DC for this is not very high. However, the DC for this is actually higher than 2. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. Don't need one of you. There you
I
go.
like
there
to
you are.
imagine. So I went inner tubing once, and
Oh yeah.
Oh, beer.
there was my friend's mother is very sadistic when it comes to trying to knock people off the inner tube.
Yeah.
And one of the times, so what she would do is she would like coil the rope around the inner tube, and then just bolt off, and it would cause
Oh
the
my
inner
God.
tube to like snap, right?
Yeah.
And one of the times that happened, the inner tube left me. My grip didn't let go. I got pulled under the water and actually blacked out underwater from the force on the back of my neck.
Oh my god.
And I like to imagine that's what's happening to Zhao right now. It's like
Yeah.
some part of him is still holding on, but he's completely unconscious until it stops.
That's pretty much where he's at.
Because like I was underwater for a good 30 seconds still holding on, and like they stopped the boat and I regained consciousness and like coughed up water, and I was like, well, what happened? I didn't let go.
Where the fuck am I?
I was like, I don't remember stopping. What happened? And they were like, you were underwater for like 30 seconds, but you weren't letting go, and we were very confused. And I was like, oh, this is probably for the best. I don't remember any of it.
Should have just looked straight at him and been like, drugs.
Drugs.
Did I let go? I didn't say stop.
I didn't say stop. All right. Eve's back.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go to the bathroom bad.
Oh wow, that is a maximum roll. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Um,
no, no.
Wowie zowie, that's pretty brutal. So Zhao is hanging on to the best of his ability, which is a good ability. Zhao is you know, he's very dexterous, very acrobatic. He's athletic somewhat. However, a shield is not a sled. And while sleds are made for hitting bumps, shields are most definitely not. And so, at one point, there is a bump that is hit somewhere
Breath of the
deep.
Wild lied to me.
Huh?
Breath of the Wild lied to me.
That's true. It did. Breath of the Wild lied to a lot of people. And so while you are kind of zooming with this harness around you that Zhao has made, okay, go! And you just fucking take off. And when you do, he's hanging on for a few seconds, and then you feel the rope kind of go like extremely taut for a minute. You're kind of jerked backwards for a second, and then it goes very loose, and all of the pressure pulling you from that rope is gone, and you look kind of confused. You're still flying forward out of reflex. You just kind of look behind you, and you don't see Zhao.
Oh god.
You look in front of you, and you see him flying over your head. Almost comically, 40 feet up in the air, just flying at the speed of fucking sound. Going, fuck!
I can't imagine what the pixies think if they're there.
He is like 40 feet up in the air, like 10 feet over your head. He just flies past you. He had hit a jump or something that threw his momentum way off. And you just watch him rocket into the trees.
What do we do? God.
As a note, the shield is still attached to his feet. As a note, Zhao is going to take... Zhao is going to take 36 points of bludgeoning damage. As he flies over Amalia's head and slams directly into this thick pine tree and just falls.
How big is the fall?
Enough to do 36 points of damage.
Oh shit! I could have cast Featherfall on him.
You can mitigate about half of the damage if you cast Featherfall.
I do.
Okay, so that's 15 points of damage.
Okay. That's not half his health now.
Oh.
You see, you kind of just pop back. Like, oh, wait. Actually, no, Featherfall. It's not concentration. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not concentration. He kind of leans against the bottom. He goes, maybe that was a bad idea.
Well, now you got Featherfall on you, sweetie.
Featherfall only lasts a few seconds.
Poor Zhao.
Yeah, it lasts a minute.
Oh.
Okay. I'll just run the rest of the way.
No, it's...
He like gets up and he's like hopping with his shield now.
I don't think walking is a good idea for you.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Does someone want to help Zhao patch himself up or something while I get a horse here?
Sure.
That's gonna take like 10 minutes.
They're not gonna get very far in 10
Also, have you ever
minutes.
actually ridden a horse? It hurts more than walking.
I've ridden a horse.
Is it worse?
No. No. I think Rail sucks at horses. You gotta
Someone who has
probably
actually risen
accurate.
a horse.
You gotta have-
suck at horses.
You gotta have real strong groin muscles here, right in the upper thigh area.
Yeah, and how are those feeling right now?
Those muscles, they're feeling great. You want to know how my back muscles are feeling? Not so great. I don't think I have shoulder blades left.
Health shrugs. Whatever.
Just make me fly.
I can't.
Okay, give me yours. Like coughs up a tooth.
Give me your. Oh, give the horse.
Wait,
So what are you guys doing?
can I do this thing?
I'm gonna summon a horse.
Okay, let's start the 10-minute process.
Oh,
Zhao like
okay.
sits down and takes some bandages and bandages his like right shoulder. Like, oh god.
Oh.
The good news is we know never to do that again.
That was fun, but not really.
You should have seen it from my angle. That was funny.
Yeah, all you saw, because you like turned around just to make sure they were doing okay, and like you and Ral just saw Zhao hit this bump, and all of the sudden, just like all of the momentum that was in the slack of that line, the lack of slack in that line, just carried him forward, and he turned into a science experiment, just like
Oh.
demonstrative of acceleration via kinetic energy.
Oh,
I could probably do some healing word on you if you want.
He basically skipped through the air. Like, you've seen rocks skip on water. He did that, but in the air. Because the shield provides lift.
oh my god. Do not try this at home.
God.
I don't know how you would manage to try it at home. Just don't.
I've gone skiing before, and there are times when you're skiing, not skiing like on snow, like water skiing, and there are times when you're skiing where like your board will come up off of the water, and you like if you angle it the right way, you will start flying slightly.
Actually,
It's
I
a
believe
terrifying expexperience.
if it's a board, it's waterboarding.
No, waterboarding's what we do to prisoners. It's fucked up. It's true though, we do that. It's not a good practice.
I know it's not. This is not what. Never mind. It's a different type of waterboarding.
Guantanamo ruined the phrase waterboarding. Okay, so you summon a phantom steed, and you Zhao kind of patches himself up really quickly and hops on the back of the horse. He's okay. Are we just chasing them down now? And then the horse is like, not. Horses don't like snow. It's good enough though. And so you begin chasing down the kind of group of people that you had originally started heading towards. Rapidly, you find their trail, not the people themselves, but their trail that they have left deep in the snow from this cart, and begin following it. And really quickly, you come pretty much right up on them. They were actually kind of dipping back into the forest a little bit from out of this kind of little clearing that they had been traveling through. And a couple of them are sitting down and resting. And I have a phone call, so...
Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to pretty much like attach this particular thing to the where we left off.
Okay, hold on.
Should probably eat that. Never mind. Not going there.
Toast is delicious. I don't know what you're insinuating. However, I know that Zhao is in pain, and that you guys are chasing down some people. Or where we last left off.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened.
Zhao hit a bump as you were trying to sled him onwards and slammed into a tree. However, you guys relentlessly pursuing this small band of people have decided to push forward into the kind of frozen forest of the Teeth and chase down a band of what looks like vigil deserters, possibly, led by a bright-packed knight. And as you kind of zoom through this forest, you do catch up with them rather quickly, and this is where we'll go ahead and start our session. As you kind of clear part of the trees, you're chasing them down kind of based off of this like large rift that their cart has left in the snow.
They're really fucking loud.
They're also fairly loud. They're not really being stealthy necessarily, so they're easy to track. And they're also not super fast, so they're easy to catch up with, especially with the speed that you guys are moving at right now, because you're all fairly fucking fast at the moment. And so, who is helming this actual, like, this formation? Who is at the front?
I think you would, but she'd be invisible, so be like she's
Okay.
scouting ahead.
Okay.
Sure. Put me in, coach.
All right.
All right.
So as you round one of the corners, you see that they have kind of ducked into this kind of clearer area off to the side in the forest. And you kind of stop just short. You're floating there, and you see there are this group of 13 people. And their cart has now, at this point, kind of sunken down deeper into the snow. Right now, they're kind of surrounding it, trying to lift the cart up out of the snow. A couple of men in like vigil uniform on either side of it are working to pull it up out. But they don't seem to have noticed you. If I recall, you rolled a stealth check for that.
Yeah, I think it was 31. That was
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. Like you disappeared out of the game. They don't seem to have noticed you. Rel, as you come across the corner, kind of following you. Let's see. Yeah, there's the stealth checks.
I'm not invisible anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Kind of coming across the corner really quickly. Amalia and Zhao are still a little ways behind you, but not that far. You come across the corner as well. You see these men kind of picking the cart up, or attempting to right now, and digging it out of the snow.
I'm still flying, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you're still flying. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Rel would like tilt onto her back so that her hair like hangs down.
Yeah.
And hello.
They stop. One man you see actually is wearing like some armor, and looks up and, who the fuck is that? And the leader guy who is also somewhat armored, he's got like this kind of like hide armor on, this really thick leathery stuff. And he kind of thumbs the weapon at his belt. And, not sure. What's your name? What are you doing here?
Me. Well, my name's Relindra. And you seem to be Vigil, and one of the mercenary camp people. Oh, I can't remember. There's so many of them.
He raises an eyebrow. I've got no idea what you're talking about. We're simply travelers. We were stranded down here whenever the precipice above closed.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Use a 10.
About this time, by the way, Amalia and Zhao kind of come in from the back here. 14.
Yeah.
You can't really tell if he's lying or if he's bullshitting or not, actually. Might be worthy of more investigation.
So you're going to tell me that you're just travelers?
We are.
How'd you get stuck down here?
We were excavating part of the dig down here not long ago, up there, and he points towards the kind of like the ceiling. Unfortunately, many of our crew were lost.
And Rel kind of like smiles and flicks a finger to change the direction of the wind and blow up the tarp.
Gotcha.
And those weapons and armor, real.
These were salvaged from a troop that we had came across some time ago. They were already disposed of by the creatures here. I'm sure you've ran into some of them.
Okay. And that's And you just took these,
Yes.
and you're taking them to the where?
At the moment, and he kind of hesitates for a second, we are attempting to find a way to trade these for supplies. We heard that there were a number of hobgoblins and gnolls about, so we've been searching for them.
And who are you excavating with? What for?
We were part of a vigil detachment, but we don't work directly for the vigil. Contractors.
Ah.
Then this armor, and he kind of like makes a motion over the breastplate. It's got a Bright Pack Knight symbol on it, so it's not exactly like, you know, it's not necessarily inconspicuous. And he kind of brushes his hand over it. This was part of the salvage. I'm not actually a member of this organization. Nothing so prestigious for me.
Can I insight check again?
Yeah, go ahead.
I cast detect magic.
Okay.
Oh, my insights are terrible.
Oof, yeah, no. You really don't know if he's lying or not. He could be telling the truth. It's definitely suspicious. Like 100% this is some suspect bullshit. So you don't necessarily believe him, but at the same time, implausible but possible.
You will try.
So-
Oh.
24. Yeah, he definitely seems like he is stretching the truth quite a bit, if there is a stretch to be had.
As a note, Rel can see you, so.
Oh yeah, you have see invisibility.
You does a stretch motion.
I see. And who's your contractor?
Our contractor was the Vigil. We were part of a team contracted by
but
the
who
Vigil.
specifically?
He thinks for a second. Justicar Ronan. I would tell you to go. What were you gonna ask?
Do we know a Justicar Ronan?
Roll a history check.
Alright, let's do it. Do it to it. Oh,
23 and 24.
Shit.
Amalia and Zhao are here now as well, by the way.
Well,
14?
Sure, I guess I'll roll one for Zhao.
Sure, if you want.
Does he need it?
11? Amalia and Zhao, you guys got no fucking idea who the fuck a Justicar Ronan would be. You and Rel, however, you have heard mentions of Justicar Ronan. He's a rather high-ranking officer in the Vigil. He's very popular in Arkenstead. Especially you, Rel. You definitely would have heard of him a couple of times working with the Mages Association, as he's like not necessarily the ambassador between the Mages Association and the Vigil, but he is one of them.
Mm.
So,
and is he down here?
Not with your camp, no. They seem to be insinuating that there is an entirely different camp.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're down here for Justicar Ronan.
Correct.
I'm familiar with him. I'm part of the Mages Association. Well, yeah, part of the Mages Association from Arkansas. So I'm quite familiar with him. So where?
Note, the second you mention that you're familiar with him, his face hardens a lot. Like his expression changes drastically, almost immediately.
So where? Is he down here somewhere?
He is not. He stayed behind while we were digging. I would like to ask you a few questions since you seem to be so curious. And he takes a few steps forward. He was behind the cart. At this point, he's kind of to the side of the cart. And they've stopped trying to dig the cart out now. And you see several of them are kind of like They're not in combat poses yet, but they're definitely on high alert.
Of course.
And the man steps forward.
And-
Why are you chasing us?
I mean, you were making a ton of noise and more or less wanted to see what was all of the commotion. And Rel rolls over and like takes a very calm pose, crosses her leg, and places her hands on her legs while just floating there.
His face kind of stays hardened, looks over you, Zhao, and Amalia. And do any of you work for the Vigil?
We work for... Not for, but with.
His
We
eyes
work with the
narrow.
Vigil, the Mages Association, and the... Oh, Zhao, what's the order you're with? The
Estonian Explorers Guild. Though
That
I've
one.
also technically been contracted by the Vigil as well, so it's kind of a mishmash. I was a guard.
We work for everyone. With
Yeah, pretty much.
everyone.
Interesting. And why is it that you are here right now? I've not seen any other people here. Are you a scouting party?
We've been trying to... Oh, how do you word that? Get diplomatic ties? Is that the wording?
Mm-hmm.
diplomatic errands.
Envoys them.
More or less, yes.
Well, envoys.
At this point, I'm going to subtle spell cast Detect Thoughts.
On him?
Yep.
Okay, let me open his sheet real quick. Let's see. Are you probing?
No.
Okay. Kind of surface thoughts that you get almost immediately right off the bat. He is suspicious. He is weary, slightly panicked, and he is currently considering if you are a threat that needs to be dealt with or not. And
So-
just off his surface thoughts, he is a man with violent tendencies.
Oh, okay. So he is the thing. It seems very suspect to me that a group of Vigil members are down here without any knowledge of the main camp and the triumvirate. Because there's Jessica Ronan that you speak of. He's not part of our camp.
The man opens his mouth to speak. However, he's quickly interrupted by this woman. She's got kind of short-ish blonde hair that's while it's short, it's just barely long enough to put up in a ponytail. And she's kind of got that cropped around, and she's wearing this kind of light-ish armor. It's like studded leather, but like with chainmail mixed into it and stuff. And she steps forward and puts a hand in front of him, and she goes, "It's enough with them. They're obviously sent here to kill us." And he looks down.
I mean, we weren't.
He looks down at her. Know your place. She kind of backs away for a second. He takes one more step forward and kind of gives you this really hesitant, cautious look. From here, I think there is only one path forward. You and I go our separate ways. We leave each other alone. You don't bother us, we don't bother you.
Well, if that's how you want it, just would not advise heading in the direction you're currently going. If I were you, I wouldn't want to run into some illithids.
Make a deception check.
Come on, proficiency. Fuck.
11. What is his insight? I don't know. It's not that high. Yeah, he kind of crosses his arms around his chest, over his chest for a second, and stares at you. The illithids are that direction, and he points behind you.
Why do
We
you know
have
that?
already encountered them. A brush with death.
So,
I'm gonna smile at him.
Okay.
So, this just a caravan.
Yes.
He's not with us, and I'm assuming at this point that you're probably lying about having some kind of expedition camp down here.
He, like, clicks his tongue. Looks around to all his men, who all seem very nervous at this point. One of them now has a bow drawn at this stage. Arrow in his hand, not knocked yet. You're asking questions that shouldn't be asked. Go on your way, and I'll go on mine. Though I would warn you, and he points to the direction behind you, of the illithids in that direction.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're on our way to kill them.
If you would like to sacrifice yourself to the squids, be my guest.
You know, it's very funny. The person that you're going to visit right now said the same exact thing. And then we literally intimidated him and his entire clan into giving up information on the illithids.
He raises an eyebrow. And who am I going to see?
What the fuck's his name?
Which one?
Haskell.
The Haskell.
no,
where
no,
is
not
No,
him.
it's the Knowles.
Piece
Knowles.
of
Oh,
shit.
Caius.
Caius, there we go.
You're supposed to say Haskell.
You're headed to see Caius.
Not familiar with.
I'm
but
an
it's
insight
useful to
check.
have one. Go ahead.
That's Zhao Shi.
That's Jajit.
14.
Oh, natural 20. Shit.
Uh,
Kidding me?
seems truthful. You gather these people may not actually know where the fuck they're going.
All right.
But they
Oh,
might
yeah.
be wondering, and maybe that's why they ran into the fucking illithids.
So,
I put detect magic up. Do I sense any magic?
Oh, sorry. So there is just a little bit of magic. The guy that you're talking to, the main leader here, he has some kind of magic item on his person that's on his belt. Additionally, one of the woman that just interrupted him, she has a magic ring on her finger. You're not sure what it is, but it's definitely some kind of magical enchanted ring.
Can I tell what kind of magic?
That's all abjuration for magic items.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it would have like an extra type of magic based on what it
Nah.
does.
No, it's pretty much just all abjuration magic if it's a magic item.
Okay.
so we
Mm-hmm.
you're I'm just gonna come plain and be honest. Bryce told us to kill you. I'm trying to find a reason not to, because
The
I'm
man that
feeling
has the bow
generous.
knocks his arrow, draws back his bow, but then there's a guy that behind him that immediately just like puts him right in a chokehold. No,
Yeah.
and the guy's just
Go on.
like, he has an arrow knocked right now, and he's like fighting this guy that's got him in a chokehold.
You drops her invisibility and is already aiming at him.
That's pretty telling.
Be very careful.
The leader guy clicks his tongue again. Bryce sent you, huh?
No, we found you before we contacted Bryce.
So you are envoys.
Oh, yeah.
We like the term murder hobos.
He gives you a strange look. We are fortunate there is no murder today. The woman is now like pressing him. He seems to be weighing the possibility of his honesty being like a get out of jail card. Like, is he gonna have to fight you, or can he just tell the truth and leave? Is kind of what his options are right now.
You looks at him. I know you're stretching the truth, sweetie. Oh, please. It would be.
Never was a good liar.
I could tell.
And he kind of walks up to the man that's got the arrow knocked and just kicks him in the back of the knee, and the guy just collapses. Or an idiot. The guy looks up and spits on the ground at him. Fuck you. Yeah, we're deserters. Vigil. Well, they're Vigil. I'm Brightpact. My name was Captain Zarin. I don't go by that anymore. The Vigil's wrong. It's changed. I don't like it. Neither do they.
Changed how?
Departed from its original mission. We used to be about protecting people, and now we're not. It's all about control, ordinance.
Was this before or after we fell in the hole?
It's after. I think this place has gotten to Bryce. He seems to be getting more aggressive. I'd never, in my 10 years of knowing Bryce, seen that man scream until a few weeks ago. Never seen him lose his composure. And then he did, just out of the blue. And that's on top of that creepy witch he keeps at his side.
Huh?
Yeah. The Ordinator?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her either, and neither do they. Plus, and he kind of shrugs a little bit, the Ford camp is getting a little stuffy anyway. Figured we'd try to make our way out here. We've been, and he looks over at the blonde-haired woman, intercepting some of the field reports from Hayan.
From Hayan?
Yes. She has a field or two out in the team. She receives reports often. She reports that to her officers. Information leaks. Are you... He narrows his eyes really quickly. Are you one of those teams?
No.
Oh.
We're like a diplomatic scouting party. If that makes sense, we can handle ourselves.
I And Rel takes like a big sigh. Can't say I fought you.
There's like a collective sigh with all of the individuals here. They're just kind of like, oh. The goods in this cart were stolen from the Vigil and the camp, but we don't intend to return them. You can tell Bryce whatever you want, but if he sends men after us, we'll make sure that they die.
Or you could do some level of good and further our goal.
What is
while
your
also
goal?
Starting a new name for yourself.
What is your goal?
We have been making how do I put this? Essentially making friends with the hobgoblins. Would not go to the gnolls. Their leader is corrupted by and friends
Illithid.
with an illithid. Yeah. And
And it's a little more hectic, if you ask me.
yeah, that's an understatement. So, how's this? 1 second.
I like to imagine that this 1 second is happening in real time, and everyone's just waiting.
Pause. Like
Rel's like getting a phone call.
Sorry, Mom.
No, you're good.
Where
So
the fuck did this sending come from?
we have been trying to make diplomatic relations with the hobgoblins, and I think delivering these goods on our behalf would get you the supplies that you need, as well as a place to stay and a new organization to
just
work with. One that focuses on
honor. But
yes.
whatever you do, don't break that, or other he will kill you.
Man, I don't think any of us were looking for another organization to serve. We want freedom from you. At some point, we'll find our way out. We know that they have a way out already, but they haven't shared that with us.
Oh, that was probably
How-
our doing.
How do you know they have a way out?
Rumors, leaks, and the woman finally speaks up. She kind of steps forward. I was one of the mage binders of the vigil. I have considerable amounts of information from Bryce. He talks. Sometimes too much.
Did you notice when he changed, since he talks so much?
It's been a slow progression. He just seems to be getting more temperamental to me. Just angry. And the Vigil's mission is protection. It's not about conquering.
Would I know
But
of any
he's
effects
after something down here.
Would I know of any effects that would do that?
I mean, there are like literally thousands of different things that could make somebody do that. Like, could be literal natural stress can make you do that. And it is certainly a stressful situation down here.
He needs to get out and walk more.
I don't agree with what the Vigil's doing anymore. Bryce is single-minded. He's aiming for something down here. I think Hyan's after it too, whatever it is. I think it's affecting them. Affecting their judgment.
That would explain why they're going a little loopy. But if we don't know what it is, we can't put a stop to whatever the fuck is going on.
She kind of shrugs. We're not part of it anymore.
So then, would you mind telling us how you know they have a way out?
Bryce has told us that they have some kind of material that can puncture the barriers above us. Something that could literally dig our way out.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was most likely us, yes.
Yeah.
We found that. We get around.
That's an understatement. More so for her, if you know what I mean.
You just gives her a side eye. I mean, if you want to try, you just have to ask, you know.
No.
Yeah, and
Nope.
now we're good friends with higher ups in there, and we don't have a problem with them anymore because she gets around. Are you done complaining about it?
I didn't complain. I was just making a joke.
God damn.
You just shakes her head. I'm for letting them go, but I would highly advise going to the hog camp instead of the gnolls, because they were just attacked by Harka.
I would.
Oh yeah, the Haruka massacre.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you leave before or after that?
This would have been. I believe this would have been after, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This would have been after.
Yeah, she's dead now.
The woman
we
kind
did
of
that.
like takes in a breath for a second. What?
Yeah, we killed her. Told you we get around.
You see one guy in the back just go like clapping.
Is it a
Hope
good
you-
clapping or a bad clapping?
Like a merry clapping, like, yeah, fuck that
Okay.
bitch.
Upon saying that, the guy that had knocked his arrow, what does his face look like now?
Mm.
The question is he face
He is
terrified?
confused. He is confused right now. He's looking at the ground. He's not looking at you guys anymore.
Oh,
He's very confused. He has no idea what's going on.
they killed Haruka, and I tried to kill them. This is...
Big thonk.
Whoops.
So, yeah, would not recommend the gnolls.
They're more chaotic in their living, if that makes sense, and their leader is same. Hobgoblins, they're loyalty bound or honor bound, but they'll give you shelter, and as long as you work, they'll give you a place to stay and food.
And I mean, if all you're looking for is trade, you probably won't even have to work. But the
See-
gnolls,
Go ahead.
the gnolls will probably confiscate everything you have on site.
And probably try to kill you because they don't know you.
That too.
Yeah, yeah.
That we're just giving you our experiences so that you don't have to figure it out the hard way.
Kind of. He seems to like consider the options here for a moment before. What do you mean by on your behalf?
Well, if you throw our name when you go to deliver that to the hobgoblins, it'll carry you quite a while. Quite a ways, I guess would be the better way to say that.
Did he like Uli?
He
did-
liked you.
he did like you.
He did like
Yeah.
you.
I would say Uli instead of Rel. He doesn't really like Rel.
You
Uh,
can-
that's-
Yeah, you killed one of his men because you ripped that satisfaction away from him.
I killed 3 of them.
You killed 2 innocent people.
Just don't say Rel. Say Uli.
Alright,
Make
can you agree to that, Uli? Can we use your
make
name?
a persuasion check. I want a group persuasion check here. So, what are your individual persuasion modifiers?
11.
5.
11.
11.
Wait.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty close to my deception.
I have expertise in it, I think. And same with my deception.
I think her charisma's higher than mine.
Mine's 3.
Yeah,
I need to
So.
get me some expertise in deception.
it's really nice.
I also have... No, I don't have intimidation.
Okay, go ahead and roll a persuasion check here. Roll me a d20, and then just add all of your modifiers to it. Yeah,
Just a d20?
yeah, just a d20 and add all your individual modifiers.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Add all your individual modifiers to it.
So, 12.
And then 5.
Okay, and then Zhao's been super quiet this whole time, so it's kind of like, ooh.
So 12.
I think his is a
4,
0 anyway.
that
Yeah.
is
It is.
16, 17, 18, 19,
That's a
20.
22. Okay.
No.
It's a 22.
Mine's actually 11. I added a 1 to it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, that's a 21 in total. Okay. Let me see here. Oof. Natural 1 is pretty rough.
It is.
He considers for a moment. Looks over all of you. Rel, you're getting he's getting a little hostility in his surface thoughts. And he's kind of looking over all of you. And now he's wondering maybe this would be a good time.
I wouldn't advise that.
He raises an eyebrow. What do you mean?
Getting hostile with us. We killed Haruka. You think we're gonna bat an eye at you? And can I
looks around at all his men. Can you roll an intimidation check?
I was literally just about to ask if I could.
Just a direct intimidation check, only from you.
Oof.
He sighs. What do we do? And he looks over at the woman. She's kind of glaring at you. I don't think we can let them leave.
Can I take this time to ready a subtle spell?
You can.
All right.
What are you readying, and what's the trigger?
Any hostile action taken, and I'm going to ready Storm Sphere.
Yeah, Yu's going to hold an action to cast invisibility on herself. To just disappear.
Okay.
Whenever a hostile action is taken.
So, the captain, kind of looks down at the woman. She's kind of now sizing you up as well. Seems to be. There seems to be like some hesitation on his part. He wants to make the call, but at the same time, you killed Haruka. Maybe it's a bad idea.
Boss, I think this might be a trap.
I will say I would highly advise doing it because, quite frankly, we're tired and we're about to go kill some illithids.
Yeah, we're confidently walking towards a bunch of illithids.
It's true.
Amalia, roll intimidation with advantage. This will be number 3.
Oh, I have proficiency.
17. You can tell all of the people around him have now some of them had their weapons drawn at this point, and he waves one hand out for a minute. We aren't bandits. Put them away. Kind of look confused at him for a second. The woman almost seems angry with him, and then kind of stands down. Sheathes their weapons. He lets out a sigh. Which direction are these people that you've told me about?
You points to the opposite corner. Right? They're near the old camp, so they'd be over that way, right?
Yeah.
You also kind of comes down and puts away her crossbow and takes out her map. This is what I've mapped so far, if you want to know.
Oh, you're sharing the map with him?
Yes.
Okay. He looks at the map. Waves over one individual in particular, kind of a shorter guy, really gruffy beard, darker skin. Takes a look at the map for a second, and then nods to him. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't tell Bryce about where we went. And kind of looks over you one more time before he says this. I would keep a good eye on the leaders of the pact if I were you.
Oh, we are.
Indeed.
Like I said, and I meant it when I said it, I don't blame you.
Come along, men. Let's go.
Oh,
They lift the cart up.
Be wary of the displacer beasts and did we ever figure out what that thing was called? The big
We can handle ourselves.
Alright.
May I suggest something then to quicken your travel?
Yes.
You might consider turning that into a sled.
No. Bad things happen with sleds.
It would
Spread out the surface area of the cart so that it sits on top of the snow and it'll be easier to pull.
And looks down. Hack the wheels off. They take axes to the wheels, the kind of spokes where the wheels are attached. The cart sits now like heavier on top of the snow.
And then up front, if you have the materials, create and Rel kind of draws like a diagram of like a sled to show them the like curve the front so that the snow glides underneath the yeah. So she draws up like a diagram of a sled.
We can try something like this.
It'll speed up your travel significantly.
and it won't be as loud.
That too. Yeah.
I appreciate you. I think it's best if we part ways now. I will go to this Haskell. He raises an eyebrow.
Yes.
Yes.
I will mention
You lie.
you lie.
You lied.
You're
Yeah, just don't mention me.
He really hates her.
He has
She's
like a
a
look
bad
of concern
diplomat.
for a moment. Indeed. Let's go. Pack up. And the men kind of respond and quickly begin to pull the half sled through the snow. Does seem a bit easier to pull so far, but they maybe they'll modify it further in the future. And
It works.
he assigns, you watch him he just straight up assigns 2 guards, really hefty looking dudes, like they are no fucking joke, to the back end as they retreat, and both of the guards are just watching you as they kind of pull away.
Oh, I do have one question.
The man turns around.
Can I
Yes?
have one of those swords?
Why do you need a sword?
You're a spellcaster.
For what it's worth, I will trade you an entire day's worth of food for it.
They all kind of look around at each other like, I don't know, boss. Seems like a good deal to me.
Well, I would help with that.
I have create food and water.
We have some spare rations we can give.
Oh yeah, we could just give them rations. We literally don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could give them all of our rations for one sword.
Yeah, we got 5
Offload a
rations.
ton of weight.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck these rations.
I have
2 pounds each. I'm over
Okay.
here like, what the fuck?
Okay, there's 5
What is
rations
in there?
inside the handy haversack, and there's 17 rations in my bag of holding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I
Okay,
think
I
I
still
also have
I still-
rations.
I still have 12.
Dude, that's like 60 pounds of rations.
I have 10 rations. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Just
Yeah,
take
I'll
all of our rations.
Yeah. Like, no joke.
You just start piling rations onto them. They're like, what the fuck?
Oh,
You start pulling it out of the bag of holding, and one of them is you just watch his mouth open, like, what the fuck?
it's nice, right? And it's actually very well designed. I worked really hard on this. I'm happy about it.
He points at, where the hell did you get that?
I made it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what part of like we killed Haruka do you not understand? Like,
Yo, boss, I don't think it'd have been a good idea to fight these people. They got magic bags.
Maybe we should have started with pulling the rations out of the magic bag first.
These peeps on some fucking witchcraft shit. I don't know, dude.
so
So we're unloading all of our rations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
So in exchange for your like 70 rations or whatever, you acquire one numidium sword. One numidium longsword or short sword, your choice.
longsword.
Okay, one numidium longsword.
Neat. Does it come with a strap?
Sure, absolutely.
Cool. I'm gonna strap it to my back.
For
Okay.
60 fucking rations, it comes with a unicorn.
You are now budget Aragorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really wanted it just for the flavor and so that people look at me and they'd be like, she's got a sword. She's really skinny. I could take her, and then I just start casting spells, and they're like, what the fuck's that sword for?
For show, bitch.
I want their dying thought to be questioning what the fuck that sword is for.
Why did she have a sword? Why did she have a sword?
It's like a
Killed me with
budget blade
magic 'cause she had a
song.
sword.
Yeah. It's like a passive intimidation buff.
Yeah.
Fucking aura of confusion. Oh
That's
my god.
And it works because my name is Aura.
Oh god, fucking damn it.
I'm gonna yeet myself off a cliff.
About to yeet myself into the fucking toilet. Oh god. Okay.
Your toilet wouldn't drown shit.
You're right. It wouldn't because it stops up anytime shit gets in it.
Yeah. We're gonna
Fucking
get
I think
sneeze in
means
that
it
toilet.
Stops shit.
That's yeah, but it ain't drowning it.
No,
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you said drown it.
So the trade is complete, and the group of individuals now with their fresh 60 rations, which you need a ration a day, and if you're half rationing, which you can do, it's actually like 70 rations is what you gave them. There's 13 of them, and if they marched on half rations, that would be let's see, what's 40 divided by 13? That's like 10 days worth of food for the whole group.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
For a single numidium sword. That's pretty good trade. Pretty good trade.
I think we got ripped off, honestly.
I would have asked.
A little bit.
There wasn't a great sword in there, was there?
If you wanted a numidium greatsword, you could have got one instead.
Oh, okay. I'll take that one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh god.
There's a numidium greatsword on your back now. As a note, greatswords weigh like 5 pounds. They're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just dropped like
I
18
just
pounds
offloaded
in
20
rations.
patches of rations. Like,
I just traded 20 pounds for 5. I think I'm good.
Excellent. So yeah, Rel now has this great sword. Rel, how tall are you? You're like fucking like 5'2" or something, right?
I am 5'4".
5'4". Yeah, this greatsword is kind of more of an S-stock model, and so this thing is from pommel to blade tip. This thing is probably about 4 feet long.
Nice.
And so yeah, so this thing stretches all the way down to like the back of your knee.
I'm gonna get proficiency in this thing now.
You gotta train with it. I don't think Xiao can help.
I think I can technically help.
She does have proficiency in martial weapons.
Technically speaking. Technically.
I do have proficiency
do.
in all weapons.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure if I just had proficiency in it because it was a packed weapon.
No. All right.
We are done.
So the
spellcaster helping another spellcaster how to learn
fucking
swing a sword.
fantastic. And so, watching them kind of go on their way, they do change their course, head towards the hobgoblin encampment. And I suppose you all turn around and continue your journey towards the illithid chambers?
We haven't
Well,
rested.
no, we're getting to sleep first, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
We can. We're flying still, technically, and steed.
Also, I'd like to note, I had an entire encounter prepared for this, and the map, it's technically like dark on the map, but because you all have so much night vision, the map is lit up like it's daytime. I'm just gonna pop you on here just for the hell of it.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
It is technically dark on this map, but you all have like massive amounts of dark vision. So I don't see a single bit of shadow or anything on this entire map.
Did you make this one?
Yeah.
And then we talked our way out of it.
Listen, it could have
I
been a hell of a fight.
didn't realize there was that many people.
There was 13 people.
Yeah, 13 people. That would have been an encounter.
So the thought going through my head when we were all getting ready for like, oh god, this is gonna be combat, was I was planning on jumping in the center of all of them and popping my
Oh god.
That would have been scary as
my
shit.
necrotic shroud.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Holy fuck.
And this is when I thought there was only like 5 or 6 of them.
Think about how intimidating that would have been. Like the moment
Yeah.
you did that, like Rel would have let go like a storm sphere as well, and like
And you
just
would've
this
just
shadowy
disappeared?
tendrils in the middle of this storm sphere. Like
God.
Just
some fucking
instantly they're like,
devils or some
guys, I
shit.
think we fucked up.
Yeah.
Guys, we fucked up. We fucked up hard.
Boss, I don't know about this one. All right, so we're gonna take a short break here. Anybody that needs to take a break, go ahead and take a
Oh,
break.
I need to.
I can find this
Okay.
video.
A little bit longer, and then we'll call it for a night.
Okay,
All right.
we're good.
So, watching after this encounter, kind of watching them go off into the distance, you turn and go back to your area that you kind of like dug out for sleeping and such. Ooh, excuse me. Create the tiny hut again, and kind of shelter inside for the night, and find yourselves slowly but surely drifting to sleep. Those of you that do sleep, I think. Amalia, if I'm not mistaken, you don't really have to sleep anymore, do you?
No, I don't think you and I do.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, you and I don't.
You-
You.
it works both ways. That hurts my brain.
It
Oh.
does. It's amazing.
So Rel and Zhao find themselves drifting to sleep for a good night's sleep, while you and Amalia do insomniac things.
At one point, I would look over at her and say, "Do you think we should have told them about the drop?"
As Yu's transforming into the male voice, the male form. We probably should have. Hey, Zhao, do you have a sending?
He's sleeping. Don't. It's fine.
Like
No.
delicious liqueur.
They'll probably see it and they'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Hopefully, they'll be smart and they'll have one drop in first.
Hopefully.
I forgot about the drop.
Chaotic good at its finest.
Go
You
this
would-
way.
you
That's
was
it.
like-
That's all the information you get.
In Amalia's defense, that is very much her alignment.
No, they'll be fine. I hope.
Fine.
Hopefully they'll be smart about it and be like, okay, this is a portal. We should probably have somebody go through first. Because they have a spellbinder. If a spellbinder isn't smart, then they're fucking stupid.
I believe, yes, that is how you define stupid.
Wait. So you said if they aren't smart, they're stupid.
Yeah.
No, if the spellbinder isn't the smartest person there, they are in for a trip.
They are stupid.
God damn it.
Just go back to reading my book of shadows. Like, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
The fucking the Hall of Memories just scrolled up a little bit. But Muck spelled backwards is... Fucking damn it. Gets me every... Oh, God damn it. Alright. So, you proceed through your long rest without issue. No problems arise. And you wake at the end of this long rest. Refreshed. You regain your spell slots. And you start your journey, the continuing of this march towards the illithid encampment. The chambers is what they've been referred to a handful of times now. Proceeding forward, it is a few hours before you reach the very obvious entrance to the chambers. It is guarded by a handful of individuals. They seem to be human, although they don't seem to be reacting to their surroundings much. They seem to be just standing and staring. There is a large cave entrance behind them. However, there is a set of gated doors that has been constructed to kind of block this entrance off.
Can you pull out the
Detect
spyglass and
Uh,
see if those little slug things are on those individuals?
Amalia, you are not close enough for detect magic to detect anything on these individuals. You could get closer if you'd like, but you need a stealth check. You take a look. Roll me a perception check.
That's fair. I forgot I had a pretty short range.
Yeah, it's like 30 or 60 feet.
18.
You guys are probably good 130, 140 feet away from them right now.
And I'm using the spyglass too.
That is
And you're-
30 feet. Oh, God.
Yeah, and you're kind of at the edge of these trees. You've kind of taken the trees for cover. So you've got this, football field, well, half a football field between you and them. Fucking cheese wheel emote. It's good. It's good. The fuck, I just scrolled up and saw the fucking Tom and Jerry meme. Oh.
I still have that cheese.
Okay, so yeah, you do. So an 18.
Would I get advantage with the spyglass?
The spyglass is what's allowing you to make the check in the first
Okay.
place, so not really.
Okay.
Because you're, like I said, you're pretty far away from them, so the spyglass is the only way you're even making the check.
Does she get advantage from a raven?
No.
I tried.
It's okay.
18. There are no slug things on them. Not directly, anyways. Being familiar with illithids, usually it's not something that attaches to like the outside of the body. It's usually a brain parasite.
Is there any way to tell what's making them act weird?
I mean, they're guards for an illithid encampment. It's not a particularly difficult thing to figure out, really. They're probably under some kind of control by the illithids.
What about the brace, the necklace, their collar on them?
There is no collar on these two.
Okay, just making sure.
No collar.
It's probably mind control. I can't exactly tell what it is.
All right, so we walk up, kill them, continue on.
Well, you can't just. I can't say that you can't just kill people because.
You wanted to kill them.
To be fair, if someone's under the control of an illithid, usually breaks the mind sometimes. So there's no telling if, even if we just knock them out, what state they'll be in.
We'll figure out what we need to do when we get up there.
Either that or the illithids can see through them like the statues, apparently.
How long does this last?
Who votes killing? I vote killing.
I kind of vote killing.
I mean, I'm kind of okay with it.
Bye.
It would be the merciful thing in the end, especially if some of their minds are broken. And no telling what else is crawling in that body of theirs.
The way I look at it, I don't think we have the magic to fix them, nor do I really feel like going out of my way to save two random people who are under the control of an illithid who may or may not be able to be saved. Sounds like a lot of extra work that I really don't care to do.
Fair.
I mean, sure, I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I mean, your opinion matters.
Yeah, your opinion does matter, Zhao.
Just stab them.
Just stab them. Not
That's
I'll
the
help you
sound of a
stab
man
them.
breaking.
Poor show. No, I'm gonna start walking up to them then.
Okay. Kind of break cover from the forest and begin walking straight towards them.
He's going to cast invisibility on herself and show behind.
Okay. Traveling behind, you see both of them react relatively quickly, pretty much almost immediately. One of them kind of pulls out this heavy crossbow and takes aim and doesn't speak, but holds up a hand, just one hand, and then kind of forcefully makes the motion again. And as you continue proceeding, you're probably about 60 feet away from him right now. There's two of them. Probably about 60 feet away from both of them right now, and the entrance to the cave itself. And the other one has now produced a heavy crossbow, and both of them probably about to fire. What are you guys doing?
How far away from each other are they?
They're probably about... the cave entrance is 15 feet wide. There's one on either side. So they're 15 feet apart, roughly. And then they're 60 feet from you, more or less.
Cool. I'm a subtle spell cast that nice little storm sphere.
Right in the middle of them?
Yeah.
Okay, is that a strength saving throw?
It is a... Let me find it. Yes.
Okay. First one is a 9 plus 2 is brain 11. That's a failure. That's an 11 plus 2, and that's a 13. That's a failure as well. So they both fail.
Yep. I take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, roll that for me. 8. Both of them take 8 points of damage. Okay. Both of them still standing. Do they get moved around? I can't remember what Storm Sphere does. It's been a while. Okay. Gotcha. As the sphere just kind of immediately picks up this debris of snow and kind of dirt and rock and slings it around, it kind of buffers them. One of them, let's see. One of them's going to go ahead and take a shot. Who would be kind of leading the I don't know if you guys are running at them or like briskly walking, but who would be leading the formation here?
She's invisible, so she wouldn't be.
Okay.
I probably would have been.
Okay, so like Amalia, Zhao, Rel, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're probably like off to the side, being sneaky deaky. Roll me a stealth check.
I'll do. Advantage.
Sneakily dickily.
Sneakily
23.
dickily. 23, yeah. You're leaving footprints, but it's too hectic for them to tell, really.
They're kind of
Okay.
focused on the big group that's headed towards them.
Yeah, they're gonna take a shot at the person in the front, which is Amalia. Amalia, that is a 13 to AC. I think that misses.
Yes.
As one of he kind of like brings his crossbow up, but the storm sphere just throws just a ton of dirt and snow, like a whole like glob of dirt and snow right in his face, and he just lets it loose and it just soars over your head, not even close. And he like takes a moment to kind of wipe that out off of his face. Zhao, Amalia, are you guys doing anything?
Yeah, I'll launch some Eldritch Blast out here.
Okay.
Oh, do I get a bonus action as well?
Yeah. You guys have full turns. We're doing like really loosey-goosey initiative kind of style.
Right, cool. Then I'm also going to hit one of them with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that attack. And then, Amalia, you can roll your Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, I guess I'll do Eldritch Blast too. I figured, or when my crossbow hit them, just fine.
Is your crossbow a hand crossbow?
Advantage.
It's a light crossbow.
Light crossbow will hit them fine. Hand crossbow.
Okay.
Ouch.
12.
I have advantage.
Okay, so 18 hits. 12, 13, and 12, all three of those actually miss on both of these individuals. As the storm sphere buffets them and such, you aim at them. However, your attacks just barely miss them. 11 points of damage, and it had taken 12 points of damage. Good to know. It had taken 8 already. So it's 20 points of damage. One of them just drops as soon as this lightning bolt strikes it. It seems to freeze as it's electrocuted, and then just drops in the snow. Drops its crossbow.
It's one of them. So
right, yeah. The other one is still standing and is now like rapidly reloading the crossbow. You notice there's no like emotion showing at all there. It's very disconcerting almost.
You just has this look of, I know that feeling.
It's going to that guy is going to go ahead and take a shot. This one also at Amalia, just because she's in front. That is a natural 20.
Oh, okay, well, wait.
Okay.
Protection.
Protection from Zhao. Yeah, he is up next to, so that's a disadvantage. All right. That is a natural 1. The duality of dice. Excellent. Okay.
Giveth and then immediately taketh away.
So
dice are amazing.
This arrow would have struck you between the eyes. This was a kill arrow, a kill bolt. Amalia, as a note, their crossbows, they have enchanted ammunition. This would have done. Let's see, where are my d12s at?
Oh god.
Multiple.
I only have one for some reason. That's annoying. 16. That's 19. That would have done 38 points of damage. No, I'm sorry. That would have done 38 plus Dex modifier, which is 2. And so that is 40 points of damage. Anyway,
half my health in one hit.
Yeah. Enchanted bolts.
Is that including the crit?
Yeah, that's with the crit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is like a powerful arrow. This was a great shot as well. However, Zhao, quick to react, just takes his shield and just puts it right in front of your face. You don't quite have the reaction time here. You almost kind of react, but it's after Zhao already has a shield in your face. And the arrow actually bites into Zhao's shield a little bit and just kind of sticks there. And he's like, woof!
That
one would have hurt. You also watch all this kind of electricity like dissipate the second it hits his shield.
Ooh, I want their bolts.
Yeah, no problem. Holy shit! Hello. He like takes the bolt out. It like shatters the tip of the bolt, but he breaks it out of the shield, and it's got all these runes down the side of it. That's that guy's turn. Are you guys responding? You guys have now closed pretty well distance. You're like probably 20 feet from him.
I guess Zhao gets a turn, right?
Zhao gets a turn.
He's not close enough to melee, is he?
No, but he can dash as a bonus action.
Yes.
So he could get close enough to melee.
All right, he's gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I threw Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gonna do the smacky smack. That's 21.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits. As he
Nice.
brings the mace down, 6 points of damage. The guy's still barely
Wait.
standing.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Radiant thingy-majigger.
Yeah, divine strike.
Pretty
There you go.
sure. Yes, 3. That's all you needed right there. As he brings the mace down, just smacks into this guy. 2 Eldritch Blasts fly over his head, into the wall as the guy just drops, and Zhao's just kind of leans down. Sorry, buddy, and pats him on the back.
I want their bolts.
Yeah, kind of approaching these two. They look like they're meant to be kind of just quick auxiliary guards. Each of them, let's see, 1, 2. You find 3 bolts remaining. These bolts are enchanted.
And
I'm gonna give you a brief item card.
okay. This should come in handy if we need it.
Technically it'd be, They, whenever you use them, they don't have like an accuracy modifier or anything else. They just add 2d12 lightning damage to your shot.
Okay.
So, and they can be fired from any crossbow. They also have like almost no other possessions on them. Pretty much nothing, more or less. Interestingly, you note that they're not wearing like particularly warm clothing, and they don't have any food on them whatsoever. Both of them appear to be human, or maybe they were human, as their flesh has turned kind of dark, deep purple. And you're not sure if that's from the cold or if that's from some kind of modification. Their eyes are glassed over, and they both have these large incisions in the back of their neck that have healed over time.
Oh yeah, that's
Should we investigate? I'm for it.
Well,
Kinda
that's fucked up.
shivers. I don't. I'm good.
If we don't know what it is, we don't know how to stop it.
I mean, they're dead, so there's no stopping it now anyway.
Well, I mean, for future reference. Maybe more of my other tendencies is coming out. Sorry, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Well, do they have any keys?
Do they?
You look kind of over their body and stuff. Nope, no keys.
I mean, do we really need keys?
That's true.
When is all
Don't we have
gonna stop us?
explosives?
You sure if we want to tell them that we're here?
We might have already told them that we're here.
Very possible. Do you want me to
Yeah,
cut their
I
brain
wanna
open
get-
and figure out if it's some kind of like, like brain parasite? Or if it's a spell?
It might, it could be a spell, but knowing that they usually experiment on
Okay,
magic and...
before we head in here, I just want to make one thing very clear. If I end up like that, and he points down to them, he points to his temple, stab me, right here.
I have this fancy new sword, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what does swinging it without proficiency do?
Your accuracy is just a d20.
Right.
And you don't add any modifiers to the damage roll. It's just 2d6 damage.
All right, cool. So, is that enough to like split someone's head open?
Oh god, yes. Yeah,
All
easily.
right, cool.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
I would argue I have advantage because they're technically unconscious.
Sure, they are technically prone and dead, but yes, they are objects at this point.
Like as Zhao's talking about, like, pointing to his temple to like, she just swings the sword down and like cuts one of their heads in half.
Yeah, you just kind of like split the skull open. It's not like a clean cut, but you do split the skull open. As you do so, it's not blood that pours out, but some kind of weird purple, black, gunky mass.
That's nice.
Yep. Some kind of brain shit's not a fucking fan.
How alive is it?
It's not moving like it's alive. It's moving like it's blood, but it's definitely not blood. It's thick. You basically just watch like a bunch of purple pudding ooze out of this person's head.
Yeah, I'd like to cut right where the incision is.
Okay. Cut right where the incision is, and are you like digging in there, or are you doing some weird shit?
Yes.
Alright, roll me a medicine check. Yeah, gross.
12.
12 takes you a few moments. You're not really sure what you're looking at or what you're looking for, but you kind of dig around in the purple. Like, there is no blood here. Let's get that straight as well. There's just this weird purple gunk that's coming out.
It's fine. I'm immune to diseases.
Yeah, basically you're digging around in blackberry pudding right now.
No.
Oh, ruined blackberry pudding for everyone.
As a note, you does not look like she's, well, technically in a he form, isn't all that bothered with it.
Yeah, you've kind of seen this before a little bit.
Oh. I'd imagine that her master made her dissections.
You're actually, well, not necessarily dissections, but you have had to do something that you think has been done here. And as you kind of pry around for a minute, you do find what you're looking for. And there's this squishy bit, and you grab it and pull. And then you watch this large, fat grub worm just is now removed from the wound. And it looks, it's about 1.5 inches in diameter. And probably like 3 or 4 inches long. And at the end of its where its mouth would be is like this series of razor sharp circular teeth, like a moray eel. It doesn't have eyes or anything like that, but it does have these little sensors over the top of it that you can see that are probably like for light sensing and stuff or something like that. This is kind of effectively like a baby illithid. This is a mind flayer larva.
Oh, yep, that's what I thought it was.
And in the past, you've had to implant these in people. They're usually implanted through the eyeball, but they don't have to be.
Is it dead?
No, it's wiggling around in your hands right now.
Oh, we should probably
Trying to bite.
You're not going to get anything out of that.
You guys have seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right?
I have not, no.
Ah, okay. There is a character in this, and this is a slight spoiler, but so I won't say the character's name. There's a character in that, and at one point they are a worm. And for those of you that have seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, these things look almost identical to that character when they're a worm.
Ah.
Yeah, they're very very much the same thing.
I believe this is what you're terrified of, Zhao.
Yep. Nope. Not the fucking fan of that shit. Put that away, please.
Kill it.
Fucking stomp on it, cut it in half, whatever you gotta do. Burn it. He turned into a New Yorker for a second. Hold on. Just do whatever you need to do with that. I don't want anything. I don't want anything to do with it, man. Just fuck. I'm walking here.
Well, you does kill it.
Okay.
And then she
Squish
goes
it.
to the other one.
Okay. Remove that one.
Yep.
Yep. Easy enough. This one. Zhao smacked this dude in the head pretty hard. This one's already dead.
Hey, Zhao killed it without actually killing it. I mean, well.
Great. Yeah,
it.
that's fuck. This is messed up, man. I'm already regretting this decision. So how do we get inside?
Rel's just at the entrance of the cave cleaning her sword, like, ew.
Yeah, it's got it's got gunk all over. It's gross.
Yeah, you see you using prestidigitation to get the crap off her hands. I've had to implant those things before. It's not particularly a pleasant transformation.
The entrance to the cave is this large kind of portcullis, and in the center of the portcullis is this pair of banded doors. They are not like your typical wood door. They're like these large metal iron banded doors. Probably stand about 10 foot tall each, so they're pretty tall and wide. They do not have an opening mechanism that you can see from this side.
Either there's a hidden mechanism or it opens from the other side.
And they sit in the middle of this like portcullis thing, basically. Like it's this large gate portcullis, and then in the center is this smaller area where the doors sit.
I mean, can't you squeeze through the bars and open it from the other side?
I mean, I can.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah,
Okay, so how small of a space can you squeeze through?
I can squeeze through more than
That was like 2 inches or something like that.
1 inch with.
Okay, yeah, you could squeeze through
Slip
these.
through a space smaller as 1 inch without squeezing.
Yeah, you could squeeze through these then. Forget you can do that sometimes.
We don't use it very often unless I have to.
Kind of squeezing in through these bars really quickly. You don't even have to disrupt your form necessarily. You kind of just like reach out and like you guys watch her physical form just kind of split as she enters into this area, reforms on the other side. What you see on this side is much the same as what you saw on the other side. You don't see any actual opening mechanism. Not right away anyways.
Yeah, let's probably start looking.
Okay. Your friends are left at the doors. You start kind of poking around the edges of the cave, going further and further in. You're now 30 feet into the cave. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I do that on the other side?
Yes, you can.
Neat.
Of course I'd fail.
That show sheet. I was like, wait, where's my 12 investigation?
Jazz is what, 0?
Not like it's 0.
Oh.
Mine is 6, and I still failed.
Yeah.
Jaws is 1.
Gotcha. So looking around, Rel, you do not find anything for opening this area. Looking at it, the doors look like they open. They're supposed to be open from the other side, but if you's having a hard time finding an opening, it might be something else. It also looks like this portcullis could potentially be raised as well, just the whole thing. Though you also don't see anything to do that with. You, as you're proceeding down this cave, you don't see anything to raise the doors with, but you do start seeing this structure appear. Like the cave goes from, it's still natural rock, but now there's like tubes coming out of it along the top, and you hear something pumping through them, this sound. And the further you go, you're now like 60, 70, 80 feet into the cave, to the point where you've had to turn a little bit, and it's now like hard to see the entrance to the cave from where you're standing. Do you proceed deeper?
No.
Okay.
If I do, I'd probably be invisible.
Okay. So you just kind of stop there and head back to the entrance. You don't see any way to open it from this side.
I must be blind today.
Are there hinges to the door?
The doors do technically have hinges, yes. They are pretty well developed, though. So you could potentially try to take the door off its hinges. Might be difficult.
Is the door made of wood?
No, they're made of iron, and they're steel banded.
Oh.
Don't we have something that hurts structures?
Do we?
Amalia.
Yeah. Wasn't it adamantine?
Oh yeah, adamantine does double damage to structures. So does any heartwood ammunition.
I guess I will pull out the adamantine longsword.
Okay. Are you gonna try to like hack the hinges off?
If that's the plan.
Is that the plan?
I guess so.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
I would like to investigate the door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I will help.
Okay, you kind of like are looking on the other side. Make me 2 separate ones.
That's a 30.
Whew.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
The door is not trapped.
All right.
Okay. Amalia, as you approach with your longsword, bringing it up to strike these hinges here. Just make me an attack roll with your longsword. Okay, yeah. Roll. Let's see. So you roll a 24 on your attack.
He was
Yeah,
gonna
that's how we'll
turn
do this.
invisible.
Roll a
and kinda
damage
move
roll
to-
with it as well.
move over to the other side.
8 points of damage. So that's gonna bring the DC down. So your 24 actually beats it at that point. You just shing straight into one of the hinges, just chop that hinge in half, basically. And the door creaks. Does not give, but it does creak. So you might need to kind of chop a couple of these more. Given that this is not necessarily a timed thing, and there's nothing really stopping you from doing this infinitely, I will say over the next, we'll take your 24 here, and over the next probably 10 minutes, through some clever navigating, because one of the hinges is too high for you to reach normally. You do manage to chop all of these hinges kind of in half, and even make your way through one of the steel bands. And so at that point, one of the doors just collapses in. 10-foot tall door, about a foot thick and made of iron. This thing probably weighs like a ton.
I imagine, depending on which way it falls, you kind of just pushes herself between the bars, like, oh, fucking shit.
Yeah. You have to kind of get back as it falls backwards. But you do manage to, and I will note, simplify this a little bit. I will note the hinges are on the other side of the door, so you had to like really kind of, you're like getting through the bars here. You had to chop through some bars first, to really get to the hinges. But you managed to chop through the bars enough for you to swing at the hinges, and so that would probably overall take you about 20 minutes. And the door just kind of falls in, and you guys have a way inside.
Why didn't we just chop through the bars?
Well, the bars took a lot longer. Like, just chopping through enough bars to swing through took you 10 minutes compared to the hinges.
Okay.
So the bars would have taken you way more time.
Okay.
They thicker.
Yeah.
They dummy thick.
What the fuck?
I know.
Yes. Sure.
Dummy.
Cut that. But yeah, so the door collapses in, and you guys now have access to this cave. As you proceed down the cave, the structure kind of appears, the tubing appearing out of the wall. There are metal structures coming out of the wall, and you're not entirely sure what they do. They're like large metal boxes. You can hear some kind of gear moving inside of them, mechanics and such, but you're not sure what's going on necessarily here. And there is, it's actually surprisingly warm in here, as there is a considerable amount of steam escaping from many of these mechanical structures. The deeper you go, the more mechanical this place seems to be, until finally you're actually walking on metal. The stone floor has been replaced. The walls here, it's gone from cave to structure. Cortana pops up in your HUD and says, "This cave is not a natural formation." And you make your way deeper and deeper in, until you finally come to this archway, is the best way to describe it. This archway is like the others that you've encountered here. This archway is very obviously a portal. And you can kind of see a little bit on the other side of it. The other side of this portal is a similar situation to the cave that you're in right now. However, you see people, many of them. None of them seem to be aware of their surroundings, and they all seem to be mining these large deposits of this very dark ore.
Have we seen that color ore before?
It looks a little bit like pneumidium, possibly. But it could be adamantine. They kind of have a similar sheen to them.
We ruled that detect evil and good works on aberrations, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And you said there's a lot of steam being pumped into the air.
Yes.
So maybe we should like check and see if this is diseased or poisoned in some way.
What, the steam?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
All right, Zhao's going to cast Detect Poison and Disease. He's going to cast it as a ritual, I guess. Because saving spell slots, if everyone's okay with that.
That's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
It should be fine. You have 10 minutes. They don't seem to be aware of your presence on the other side of the portal.
All right. So Zhao's going to do that.
Poison disease. The steam is not disease. It's just steam.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just steam. It's just a byproduct of all the mechanical bullshit that they have going on here.
All right, cool. And then I guess Zhao's going to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Yep.
And have that, going.
Permanently up. Okay. So,
Not permanently, but,
right,
the next
for
10
now.
minutes.
While the individuals, do you guys step through the portal?
You does, but yeah, she's invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, step through the portal.
Yeah.
Okay. You step through the portal. It's a bit like walking through. It's like walking through syrup.
The portal isn't diseased, is it?
The portal is not diseased.
Okay.
It is now.
It is now. Sorry. It feels very liquidy as you walk through it, but that feeling quickly passes. As you kind of transfer to the other side of the portal, Zhao does speak up and mention that the individuals here, while they don't necessarily classify as aberrations, they are corrupted in some way by aberrations. All of them seem to be under some kind of aberrant effect. Additionally, if I'm not mistaken, he knows if a place has been desecrated. Let me see.
Yes, if a place has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
This place has been magically desecrated. Now the effects of that you are not certain of, but this place has most certainly been magically desecrated.
Do we feel any different?
Not immediately.
Curse you, ambiguity.
If you start to feel any different, make sure to tell us. Because it might be just this entire area.
Yeah.
At this point, you do see a kind of figure appear around a corner, kind of this far corner of the structure that you're in right now. It's got two smaller figures kind of trailing it. It is this vaguely, probably a little larger than a fist size, like maybe larger than that. I'd say like basketball sized, spherical entity. It's got a singular eye on the front of it and this large mouth. It's also got multiple little eye stalks coming off of it, and each of them has this large eye at the end of it. You also see two what look like dogs following it on the ground. It's hovering in the air, and as it kind of comes around the corner, it looks around at all of the people that are currently mining and such, and seems to float. I need you all to roll a stealth check if you're trying to be stealthy.
I
With advantage.
would like to imitate. Wait, are these people wearing specific clothing or anything?
No, but you do notice that they all of these people have a collar on.
Shit. All right.
So,
does the collar go over clothing?
yeah, it's pretty visible on all of them.
Fuck. All right. Well, I'm not very good at stealth. I don't think Zhao is either.
I mean, Yin could help one of you.
Oh, we also don't have pickaxes. Never mind. All right, that's not going to work. Wait, Zhao has a pickaxe.
Zhao has a pickaxe.
So, do I have enough time for an action?
This would be a pretty immediate stealth check, so not really.
Zhao, pretend you're mining, and I'm going to hide.
Okay. Yeah, I would say there's not really room for an action. There would be room for a reaction here if you have one, but not a full action.
Can Zhao's stealth check be him pretending to be one of these workers?
Wouldn't that be a deception
Sure.
check? They need an imitation check. No, that's a
I mean,
performance check.
Zhao's wearing full plate. Like, I don't think he's going to do much hiding.
True.
He still needs to make a stealth check.
All right.
Yeah. So stealth checks all around. You 25.
No, with advantage. I'm invisible.
Oh, 26. That's right. Okay. Well, big
That's an
difference
8.
there.
Yin helps Rel.
8 on Zhao. Okay.
You're gonna help me? Alright. Where's my stealth? 16.
16. Moya.
Sorry. Where is it?
Wait, isn't Amalia also wearing like medium armor?
I don't think hers gives disadvantage though, if I remember.
No.
Oh, that's
Is it
a 9.
breastplate?
Okay. I don't remember. 18. Okay, so that's an 18. That's an 8. That's a 25. That's a 16 and a 9. Gotcha. While it doesn't notice you, it does actually end up noticing the rest of you. It only misses you because you're invisible. Even with your stealth check, the group fails this, unfortunately, and the creature looks, and you watch all of its eye stalks immediately direct to all of you. Does anybody speak
Deep
not
speech.
abyssal, deep speech? Yes.
Yes, you does.
I don't.
Because Rel speaks like 40 languages.
I took linguist.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, that's right, you did. So yeah, all right. Okay, so you understand him. He is commanding the dogs to seize these what's the word? More or less, the context here is seize these losers. And
like,
both of the
You're noticed.
both of the dogs, you look. These dogs are actually getting a closer look at them. These dogs are very alien looking. They look like dogs, but they have 6 legs and they have tentacles coming out of their mouth. They're like mind flayer dogs.
Oh god.
Neat.
Right?
Do I have time to subtle spell cast a spell?
Well, you would, but I'm going to say as the dogs kind of get directed to you and this creature directs its ire towards you, we're going to go ahead and call the session.
Fuck.
Aww.
So we'll start next session with more combat.
Neat.